One of the things that attracted me in the first place was the intelligence and the maturity of the material. It wasn't just don't go up those stairs and a monster jumps out at you. It was the kind of monster and the way in which the monster was a character.
I was just so into this material and wanted to find out what it was about, because it was so psychologically challenging and deep that every page could have been something else. And I wanted to know what it was gonna, and I just went into this audition thinking that I've gotta know, I've gotta get the job. And when I learned it was being filmed in Romania, I mean, there was a whole other deep and challenging and interesting element there.
In the second movie, which I'm sure is what prompts your question, there is an innocent who literally opens the box. Tiffany opens the box and the walls open, the dimensional portals split and the cenobites come in and do not in fact harm or take the girl.
And the cenobites were this just this bizarre sci-fi horror, phenomenon that intrudes into the life of these real characters in a very real and kind of normal situation, which is this adulterous affair.
Or ironically, the people playing the teenagers in the dead teenager were all like 30, like bald 16-year-old Tim just got cut in half.
Right. And so there was this desire to make it younger.
It was great, and it was all the black leather and the whole works, and it was very kinky, and the idea of this box that brings you this infinite pleasure. Although I don't think they showed much of the pleasure. I don't remember seeing too much pleasure in this movie, but you certainly saw the pain.
I knew his stories, and I knew these books of blood, and I was just like so excited to be in the same room with him. I was a fan, I was like just a fan.
So they called me and said, you want to play a part, come back to Romania? I was like, yeah, absolutely. And then I got there, I looked at the script, and it said portly white man, and they said just scratch that out, make skinny black dude.
There's no such thing as civilized sex. There's no such thing as nice sex. When we explore our erotic nature, we bring ourselves close to our animal nature.
We had a lot of fun designing the Cenobites because we tried to, working with Gary Tunnicliffe, we tried to come up with a new one for each of the three films that I did.
I hadn't seen the movies before because I was too scared, bit of a chicken. But when I got cast, of course, I had to go back and look at them, and I thought it was really fascinating, the sort of Pandora's box aspect, opening the Pandora's box.
So, like many first-time directors, I had a great crew standing behind me, making sure I didn't screw up. And I will say it was tough, especially the first couple of weeks of the film were really tough to do.
And I suddenly look out the window, and there through the window I can just see the Hollywood sign. And then I went downstairs, and Bob's like, you need to meet someone, and it was Clive,
At one point, the director called me and said, the studio loves the script, you just got to change one word. And I said, what's that? He said, round. So that's why in Hellseeker you see when the old man in the store gives the puzzle box to Trevor, it's round, and then it rolls and becomes the square box. So that was the director's way of giving me what I wanted, but giving the studio what they wanted at the same time. So
Pinhead is like the Boba Fett of Hellraiser. I don't know, he's just really cool. He's very iconic. You can draw a picture of him real easily. If you're walking down the street in a Pinhead mask on Halloween, it's like, boom, that's Pinhead.
anything. I don't want him in any way discomforted. And then this also allows us all kinds of other things. It allows us that, as we said before, right? You know, this is the inner side of flesh, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
some chunks. I think that we're gonna wet it up.
Yeah, and also
bloody it up and stuff.
Hey, Clive. Because you want his hair kept long, you just want to just like bobby pin it back.
19th century sort of little powdery, Barry Lyndon. You've seen Barry Lyndon? You know, that's like the 18th century, but you know, that sort of pale thing going on top of this, you know, this syphilitic
His cover-up makeup.
monster. Exactly.
Yeah.
You didn't hear around him?
No, like since there's a powder, because you said you wanted like a powder over top of it.
Absolutely.
But like a.
But just as the faintest
Well,
traces.
we'll put like a on like a cotton pad. Would you say?